Hello, world, and welcome to our first radio show from Sedona. This is Sedona Soul Balance bringing to you the Stop Bullying with Toley Ranz radio show from Sedona, Arizona. And I am your host, Anka Arwolf, together with Toley Ranz. We are so pleased to have you with us and listening to us. You see, that is Toley Ranz and I, we are determined to help stop the epidemic of bullying in schools, at home, and at play. And to do this, we need you, the listener. And by addressing specific issues and solutions, I know we will find those answers. And with my my profound belief and experience that reach a child's soul that will transform a life, I know it is the way to go. This is your opportunity to listen. And because the Stop Bullying with Toley Ranz radio show comes to you every Thursday at 4:30, meaning 4:30 Pacific and 4:30 Arizona time, and of course 7:30 Eastern. This Stop Bullying with Toley Ranz show has been especially created for parents, grandparents, teachers, and also kids. Yes, you are at the right place because this is the radio show that focuses on stop bullying, on providing you with the tools, skills, attitudes, and mindful actions. And it also focuses on boosting our kids' self-esteem and self-value. We also will provide useful information for everyone that will help you and your kids to prevent and even end bullying. My mission is to assist individuals, young and mature, and kids of any age, to find their self-worth, their innermost self-belief. That is one of the keys to stop bullying. And to give you a little insight to who I am, yes, I am honored to say that I did win a few awards as an author and shamanic life coach. And as a veteran educator, I have taught in crime and violence-ridden inner schools. By the way, that was when Toley Ranz came into life, and I was nominated for the President's Service Award and honored by former President Clinton. Now living here in Sedona, I have created Sedona Soul Balance, and just recently we founded the Toley Ranz Foundation for Tolerance. Yes, we are a nonprofit 501c3 organization, but let me talk about this a little later, all right? I'm truly excited to be able to bring this Stop Bullying with Toley Ranz show to you on a regular basis. So please remember, Thursdays at 4:30 Pacific time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The show's topics will range from reclaiming my power to a chat with your soul, and from the wounded woman to bullying Mark's kids for life, and so many more topics for parents and teachers, and of course grandparents. You know, grandparents are most important in this, because just recently I connected with a group on Facebook, grandparents raising grandchildren. It hurts me every time when I see the agony. And grandparents, dear grandparents, maybe you might want to tune in Thursdays at 4:30 Pacific time, because I know I have some answers for you, and I want to help you make yourself feel better. So see you next Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, okay? And as I said, we're going to have an array of topics. And for the kids, yes, do we have great entertainments for our youngsters too? Besides some important information how they can help themselves and learn about to stop bullying. I will read stories with and by Toley Ranz. We have Toley Ranz quizzes and helpful hints how Toley Ranz can help you and your kids. I can imagine that by now you must be likely asking, who is Toley Ranz? Yes, that's a very good question. Who is Toley Ranz? Well, let me start by sharing with you that Toley Ranz is a whimsical character who represents a child's most inner gut feeling of self-belief and self-value. And this little character teaches kids to stand up for themselves by learning to listen to their own feelings of strength and wrong and right. If at this moment you want to learn a little bit more about Toley Ranz, click on toleyranz.com. Now, mind you, Toley Ranz is spelled ToleyRanz.com. So do you think Toley Ranz can help your child? You see, I believe that to reach a child's soul is to transform a life. It is the key ingredient to standing up to bullies. We'll go into that a little bit later and many more times in the shows to come. So today I would like to touch on how do we stop bullying? It's a challenge. And we gotta start now. No excuses. Let's start now, period. Well, let me reiterate that Toley Ranz, this whimsical character, is here to help. And what it actually means and how we can achieving to prevent bullying and eradicate it. It's a far wish and hope, I know that. But as I said before, we have got to start now. Did you know that even our youngest, those in pre-K, are already suffering from bullying? Yes, up to 42% of our youngest ones are being bullied. That's just unacceptable, right? So let's do instead of talk. Aren't you tired of your kids coming home from school or even the playground and just to find out they were bullied? Or are you the parent who had to find out that it is your child who is the bully? Gosh, how painful. That's why I say all kids need help. It's time to do and not talk. So I created Toley Ranz to help parents, grandparents, and teachers in this challenging task to protect our kids from bullying and extreme teasing. Yeah, by the way, extreme teasing. That leads to bullying and even more. So who is Toley Ranz? What is its function? When I used it in class, it was obviously making my students feel calm and safe. You wonder, how is this possible? The main function of Toley Ranz is to make a child feel safe, strong, and emotional well-balanced. Because this little character can be the mediator between kids and adults. When I was teaching parents told me when their kids returning home from class shared their experiences with Toley Ranz. Because Toley Ranz is this strong inner voice which assists children in learning to become self-aware, enhance their self-esteem, and accept the responsibility for their own actions. What would Toley Ranz say or do? Wouldn't it be fun to watch that Toley Ranz achieves that what we as parents can't? Yes, and yes again, believe me. Could that possibly even mean that our kids, clean up their room? Yes, parents and grandparents, that might be what it means. Because Toley Ranz communicates through very simple sounds that only a child can imagine. When a child begins to listen to their own inner voice, that something is not right, something is up. And that's when Toley Ranz comes in and says, psst, 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 psst. That psst, psst is representing this little voice within each child. And that is when a child recognizes his or her own feelings of being aware of something coming toward them. Something is up. Maybe even that a decision is to be made. Should I remove myself or should I walk away? It just does not feel good. And that awareness, that is what that little character, Toley Ranz, instills in children. Toley Ranz is also about conveying, psst, psst, I'm proud of you. Psst, psst, great job. Psst, psst, how clever of you. You've done great. Psst, psst, you're amazing. Psst, psst, thank you for being considerate. Psst, psst, I really love you. So, dear parents and grandparents, these are just some of the phrases I created for Toley Ranz, communicating with the child. And down the road, we're going to have Toley Ranz as plush toy with a push button and repeating and saying, my name is Toley Ranz, what's yours? Great job. How clever of you. You're doing great. You're amazing. All of the praises a child needs. So visit ToleyRanz.com